There we go. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Sunday. It's time for Werid Frequencies. And why is my camera off? I don't know why it's doing that. I got to change this setup. I look completely cockeyed here. Let me go this way here a little more. Broadcasting live from Bubba's Bigfoot tree stand. Where I gotta admit, there's hundreds of photos of Bigfoot here, but none of them make me believe. I'm Tyler. Joining me as always is Adam. And Bigfoot's #1 Illinois fan, Bubba. The boss is working tonight.
Someone's got to fund this show, right?
We had intended on having all of us here, but the boss got called in, so we are just filling in for him. Now, real quick before we continue, we know we didn't have a show last week. For those of you who don't follow us on Facebook, Rob also got called into work then, and my internet was down. And unfortunately, these two do not have the ability to host a show, so we had to cancel the show.
It's something about not being trustful enough to, be given the credentials to run this stuff yet.
Well,
I don't know.
I don't know if I'm really ready for Rob to give Streamyard permission to a blind man.
Hey, I'm only half blind so far. The test is tomorrow.
That was a dick move, Tyler.
That was a dick move. You're not wrong.
Damn, man.
Thought you was supposed to be a friend.
Said backstage, like, shit, man.
That was a dick joke to make. Well, I sat there, I thought about it. I was gonna make a joke about Bubba, but I'm like, no, I make jokes about Bubba way too much. I gotta lay off him before he gets like butt hurt and starts,
I don't care.
So, well, you say that, but the day it comes, I'm gonna say I thought you didn't care. So I was like, I'll pick on Adam a little bit, I guess. Why not?
It's all right. I only half saw it coming.
How can I be a dickhead for? Yeah, he takes it at least. So
I don't want to take it.
I don't know if anybody wants to take it.
Yeah. No, that's cool.
A little bit.
Take it.
And here's why I end up bashing Bubba, because Bubba don't know when to keep his mouth shut and not to drop certain jokes. I swear you got too much from Morning Disaster in you. Too much.
How dare you?
Hey, you're no. Hey, yeah.
How dare you?
How dare you, sir?
So before we get started with our usual weird news, did anybody see the Nintendo Switch 2 reveal?
Yeah, and I've seen a bunch of people who have gotten a chance to play on it too.
All right, well,
and there seems to be one universal, overarching bad thing about the Switch 2.
and that is
the price of the games.
Oh my god.
For physical copies, you're looking at $80 to $90 a game.
Uh-huh.
Now the system itself, without a game, is $450.
Which is gonna be about $500, which is pretty typical.
Yeah. Now,
might as well buy a fucking PS5.
Well, you have to remember a PS5 is actually like out. I don't know, what is the going rate for a PS5 now?
It'd be about $600.
Yeah. So, but from what I understand, the Switch 2 really does hold its own. They're playing like Elden Ring on it and stuff like that. But the crazy stuff that they're doing regarding the games, or even like the Switch games that can come over, you have to pay like $20 to get the Switch 2 edition of those games. So like if you're playing Zelda Breath of the Wild or Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, you have to pay an extra $20 for them to upgrade the graphics. That's it.
Yeah.
Any way to make that more money.
Well, and even throughout that, there's still issues of the tariffs on top of it.
Based,
I actually did a little bit of research, and the Switch 2 in Japan is selling for the equivalent of $110 cheaper there.
yeah, I'm moving to Japan.
Move to Japan, buy it there, bring it back.
Yep.
Yeah, I want to eat some fucking sushi.
You've never had sushi before?
Yes, I have. I love it. That's what I
I'm
was
about to say
saying. You said something
sushi's
about,
good.
you said about going to Japan. I'm like, fuck yeah. I
Certain
want
types of sushi are good.
Oh, I love sushi, dude. I absolutely love it.
I don't think I found one sushi that I don't like.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did a little research too, and Adam is right. It is the tariffs that it's two things that's causing the price hike here in the States for the Switch 2. One is the price of inflation, which, let's be honest, the Switch 2, I'm not getting political. It's a product of troubled times. It is going to be affected by troubled times. One problem is the high inflation that again, I'm not getting political, the previous administration allowed to climb. And then the second thing is the tariffs.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Is anyone else sick of the word tariff?
I'm tired of hearing about it. I know the stock market has been just like a roller coaster, but it hasn't bottomed out like some of these liberal podcasters and people are saying, oh, Trump is gonna bottom out the stock market. He's gonna destroy this country. He hasn't done it yet. And so far, last I heard, there's a few countries that are saying, we'll drop our tariffs if you drop your tariffs. Yeah. So like, I'll show you yours, you show me mine. But I don't know.
That's part of why he's doing it. Is you up their tariffs, they're going to be like, oh well, let's drop theirs.
There is a horrible clicking noise on your end, brother. I think you're too close to your mic. I think you're too close to your mic. Try talking. Yeah, did you hear it, Adam?
I heard a little bit, but not a whole lot.
Try talking again, Bubba.
Hello.
It's a little bit. I mean, it's not as bad as it was. Now he sits back a little bit.
Yeah.
It's like a feedback or something like that. So, but I mean, I get why he's doing it. He's trying to get everybody else to lower their tariffs on us, but.
And that's what the people bitching about it don't understand is the amount of tariffs that these other countries have on us and have had for years. And we've just shut up and paid it,
Well, from what I'm reading now, from BBC.com, is that Nintendo is actually shutting down pre-orders of the Switch 2 in the US until they further assess the tariff situation. It was originally supposed to start April 9th.
So apparently, from what I heard, when they announced the Nintendo Switch 2, they didn't announce the price because they didn't want people to freak because they don't even know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
They don't even know what is going on with, the tariffs and all that. Plus, the lithium ion shortage we're going through right now because there's a huge push for lithium ion in electric vehicles, cell phones, stuff like that. Rare minerals that are used to create these consoles is another thing why the price pushed up as well. But they didn't release it because they didn't know what they were going to price it at originally. All of a sudden, I think it was Forbes leaked out that it was going to be $90 a game and $400 or $500 for the console. And obviously, the gaming world is like, look. I mean, look. I'll be honest with you. I'm still going to buy the son of a bitch. I'm still buying the Switch 2. I am like fucking Thanos with video game consoles.
So I have two more tidbits of information about this. One's about the tariffs. I didn't realize that the tariff that's hitting Japan is a 24% tariff. And in regards to the Switch 2 and its backward compatibility, it's actually done through emulation.
Oh,
Kind of like how the Xbox One emulated Xbox
yeah.
360. Same difference.
You cheap little fuckers. You
But let's
couldn't.
admit it. I mean, yeah, it's a cheap move, but it's effective and still works.
It is effective, and I'm still keeping my old Switch.
Yeah.
That damn thing, I don't even take it out to go walk around and play with it. No, it stays sitting in the dock connected to my TV.
Well, say you could always take the Switch to like a GameStop. I know is doing a trade-in. I think they're doing like 125 for an OG Switch.
They'll buy you one game.
Well, no, they take that off of the pre-order. So then you're looking at a $375 Switch, something
Right.
like that.
Yeah, I don't. Okay, so this is what was just sent to us. Obviously, it's saying here the Switch will not start until the pre-orders won't start till April 9th, which is like a couple days from now.
Well, now they're saying it's not going to even start then.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they've just shut down the pre-order for the time being. They still plan to release it June 5th, but you can't pre-order it at this point.
Yeah, and I see them
Hey,
being
Broomstick.
yeah. But hey, Broomstick, I'm still gonna buy it. I love playing my video games. Do I think $90 is too much for a video game? Yes, I do. But
Yeah.
let me explain something to all of you youngins or you non-initiated in the world of video games like the three of us are. Bubba was initiated in Halo. Adam is in Elden Rings and Skyrim.
Well,
Me, everything.
Elder Scrolls. I'm not
Elder
real big
Scrolls,
into
thank you.
Elden Ring,
Yeah,
but Elder Scrolls, Final Fantasy, those type of things.
yeah.
Plus beta testing a lot.
And of course, we got Rob, who lives
Grand Theft Auto.
Grand Theft Auto. Everybody just said all at once.
Mm-hmm.
Back in the 90s, let me remind everybody, and I will pull up ads because I've seen these, and these are legit because I remember these. You had Super Nintendo, you had Sega, all these game consoles selling their games for like the same price, $60 to $70. Let's see. Advertisement. All right, here we go. Now, obviously, basic price, I would say, for a video game, a decent video game would be $50, $60. I don't mind throwing $60 towards, another copy of Metroid or something like that. All right, now let me show you first and foremost. Here's an ad for the original Nintendo. Show you guys this. This is when they first came out. And I got to cancel that one so I can bring this one up. I don't want to bring up Pinterest, but I'll just do this. This is the original NES from KB Toys. Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
$89 for the console.
Okay, but that's when it was bundled with Super Mario 3. That's not the original.
Oh, no, yeah. Just the console by itself, probably less.
Well, no. When it first came out, the console was $179.
Yes.
When it first came out.
But I
with
can't find
no
any,
game.
Yeah, and I can't find any ads for the Super Nintendo, or the Nintendo when it first came out. But look at some of these. You got Mario Brothers 3, brand new, $44. You got Super Mario Brothers 2, which was like a couple years earlier, $39. So as you can see, and you got cheaper games. You got like Tetris at $31, Mission Impossible at $16. Explain to me how Wheel of Fortune was $44. This one right here. But yeah, Super Mario Brothers 2, which is one of my favorite NES games, was $39, $40.
Super Mario 2, the only Mario game that was not in a Mario game to start.
No kid, yeah, that's true. And on top of all that, you got a age-old classic, one of the pillars of the Nintendo console, right there next to Super Bowl, Mega Man 4 for $49.99. All
Yeah.
right. That was when these first came out. Now, let me find an advertisement that I think I saved it to Facebook. So I wanted to talk a little bit about this today before we get into everything else. So
You can say, fun fact, the Super Nintendo and the Nintendo 64, when they came out, sold for the same price.
oh, they did?
Yeah, both $199 each.
Did I save it to my phone? Did I save it to fit? Yes, I did. I will do this then. So I can bring up everybody. Everybody can see this. Because, yes, it's true. The games are overpriced. However, we've dealt with this before. We've dealt with this kind of stuff before. So, here we go. Bring this up. Now pull up me. Here we go. All right. Here is an advertisement for the Super Nintendo. It does not show the price of the Super Nintendo. But here's, you got all the old games. Look at NBA Hang Time, $69. You got, I believe that's Mortal Kombat 3, $69.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat 3. It might be Mortal Kombat 3 Ultimate.
Yep, it is. Donkey Kong Country 3. That's a great game, stellar game. $60. Madden. I hate the Madden games, but there's one right there. You can't sit there and say they've been price gouged the whole time because guess what? They have been. Marvel Superheroes. That was a good game. $59. Street Fighter Alpha. $69. You see what we're getting at here is that the price of a video game console and its games fluctuates.
Yeah.
It does fluctuate. Now, here we go. Here's another representation, too. We talked about the N64. Here you go. You got Super Mario 64, $60. Star Wars Shadow of the Empire, a fine N64 game.
Yeah.
$70. Turok, another fine N64 game, another fine video game, $75. Doom 64, motherfucking Doom, another great game, $75. And then you just jimmy over to PlayStation. What's PlayStation got? Well, they got Twisted Metal, which is a good game. Great game.
Yeah.
Soul Blade, which is the Soul Calibur series.
Need for Speed 2.
Need for Speed 2. And that's basically it. They have 3 games. Everything else, obviously, sports games or movie tie-ins, but they're cheaper. The reason they do this, and this is why it's the inflation of the times. Back then, you were doing new technology, which would have been the CDs, PlayStation, versus the old technology, the cartridges. You're going to have at that, and of course down here, you got the old stuff here for $20. You got Primal Rage, which is a great game already. Then you do another Primal Rage for fuck's sakes. But video game prices fluctuate over time. They do. It's not always going to be. It's not always going to be $50. I'd love for it to go back down to $50, but it's also going to usually jump to 60 because of the new technology, what the console can do, that kind of stuff, and most importantly, how much it costs to produce these cartridges versus a video disc.
Yeah.
Nintendo takes. Let me put this up to you, and Bubba, you may not know this, but every video game company, whether you're Sony, whether you're Microsoft, or Nintendo, when you make a console, when you order the factory, make one Xbox, they're taking a $700 loss. They always take $200 loss on every console they make. How do they make that money back? With their games.
Yeah.
So let's say Doom 64. Doom 64 is not really a Nintendo property. It's id Software, which is now Xbox. Nintendo it has to go to Nintendo and say, look, we want to put our game on your console. The software company will get, correct me if I'm wrong, Adam, anywhere from 60 to 50% of the profits.
Yeah.
Nintendo will take 20 or 30% of the profits. And like the last 20 go to making the disc, the game, the cartridge, the box, the manual, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So if they really want to make 100% profit, they become a first party like Mario did, or Twisted Metal, or that's basically it on that page.
Yeah.
I remember back in the day, we used to play that Tony Hawk games like all hell.
Oh yeah, the Tony Hawk games were big.
Well, heck, now those are being re-released. Like I have Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2 on my Switch. I can get Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 and 4 on my Xbox Series X. Yeah, they're coming back out with redone graphics.
Play the shit out of those. I mean, and we can make them go for like ever without, like we were good at it. I probably couldn't play it for shit now, but
I mean, is there a possibility that with the tariffs, and I did see yesterday, Japan is in talks to drop their tariffs on the U.S. They are in talks to drop their tariffs if the U.S. will drop theirs. Is there a possibility the Switch 2's price may come down? Well, they didn't reveal it for a reason, because they probably didn't know.
Yeah.
They didn't know. They were going to focus on the console and a few games to get you to say, I want to buy it. And obviously, I want to buy it. Will it go down? It's possible. Will it go up like Corey did say? That's also possible. But if that goes up, then you really got to worry, because Sony, the PlayStation 6, they've been hinting at it for a while. It'll go up.
Yeah.
Grand Theft Auto, hey, I'm sorry, Rob, that's going to be $100 game when it comes out.
Now regarding, I have heard some rumors about the Xbox console that's coming out. It's supposed to be handheld, and it's basically a massively upgraded ROG Ally.
So everybody's ditching a home console, and they're going to handhelds, it sounds like, except for Sony.
Well, no, even Sony has a PlayStation 5 portable that they're working on.
Okay. So, and is this like a new console Xbox is working on, or is it just a portable?
Yeah, it's supposed to be their next generation.
Man, I just bought an Xbox when a Series X when we first moved into this house. I don't want to buy another one.
I know, you have to remember, all of their games for Xbox are now completely cross-platform. You can get them on anything now. There's nothing that's going to be primarily just on Xbox. It might be there for like a week or two, but then after that, it gets released on other consoles. Because there's more money to be made when you allow your stuff to go everywhere.
Well, we know Skeletor's also buying it, but he's buying a Nintendo Switch 2 for the wrong reasons.
Like, listen, Skeletor just wants to show Link his Master Sword.
Okay, hold on a minute. Skeletor, Link is the main character, the boy, not the girl, right?
Yes,
I swear, he says it's the girl. If he says it's the girl, I'm going to find him. I'm going to bitch slap his ass. So yeah, I mean, I don't know what's going to happen. The game makers have been wanting $100 games for a while now, and the e-console makers want everything to be streamed or downloaded to cut down second part sales. I've heard that too, and I will say this: if they do all digital, they're going to lose a lot of clientele, because one thing that going all digital has taught people is that yes, it's convenient, but when you download a game onto your PC or your PS4 or your Xbox or your Switch, the company can also take it away whenever they want.
Yeah,
that has happened a lot.
if you buy something digital, it's not yours.
Right. You are renting.
You're basically just buying a license to use it temporarily until the company decides, you know what, no, thank you.
Yeah, we don't want to release a remaster of Halo 2. We don't want to, let you play it anymore. We're going to try and force you to play Call of Duty Halo or some shit like that,
No, now it'll be just Halo 2 remastered.
Halo 2, the remaster.
Yeah.
So I think they've already done a remaster of Halo 2. So I think that, am I still going to buy a Switch 2? Yes. Am I going to like paying $100 for a game? No. But I also think the gaming market itself is going towards a crash.
Well, I do know that the digital games for the Switch 2, they're supposed to be $10 cheaper than the physical copies. So you're looking at 70, 80. But that's still a bit much for a new game.
Yeah, I still want that library. I don't want oh, look at my list. No, look at my shelf. That's what I want. And I really do think that the gaming market's going down to a crash, because if you look at a lot of games nowadays, a lot of people are pissed at it. You have Call of Duty, same thing every year. People are getting pissed at it. Madden, same thing every year. People are getting pissed at it. You have games that focus on microtransactions. Oh, would you like to get this nice skin of Mario? $20, please.
It's like specifically for Skeletor. Would you like to see Link in Zelda's bikini?
Well, I mean, I'd pay $20 for that.
Well, wait a minute. You want to see Link in Zelda's bikini?
No, I want to that did come out. I did fuck that one up. I'd rather see Zelda in her bikini.
Yeah.
That did fuck that one up, didn't I? Fuck. And also another thing too is this year you've also had a lot of games that have been just garbage. I've been on the search for 40 years, been playing video games for almost most of that. I can't remember a time where a video game was released, made little money, cost like $400 million to make, and got pulled off the shelves a week later. That was a Sony game called Concord.
Yep.
I can't remember a time where you had a video game that received $150 million from taxpayers from a country, and the game only made a couple thousand. And that's a game called Dustborn, because it was too political, too DEI. I'm sorry.
Well, there's another game kind of along the same thing. Kingdoms of Amalur: Reckoning.
Oh yeah, I've heard that one.
Yeah, the state of Rhode Island financed that.
Yeah.
Now, I've played the game. I enjoyed the game. And it would have made for a really good trilogy, which was the plan initially. But it bombed so, it's not that it bombed, but the funding went totally wrong.
Oh, yeah. I'll give you another one. Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League. Whose idea was that?
It was a cash grab from the movie.
Oh, we want to play. We think that gamers will want to play as Harley Quinn. No! I want to play as Batman. I want to play as Superman. I want to play as fucking Wonder Woman.
It's like, listen, game players want to fuck Harley Quinn. They don't want to play as Harley Quinn.
I mean, if Harley Quinn is a playable character joining the Justice League, fine. But you got the shark guy, the guy that throws boomerangs, and some Joe Blow assassin. No. You can't even get decent, good villains for this game. You couldn't get, like, say, Clayface or Killer Croc or Lex Luthor or the Joker. No, you had one good villain with Harley Quinn, and the rest you were like, let's pull them out of a cereal box. We'll just go from there.
Yeah. No, they're gonna spin the dartboard and throw darts at it, and that's who's going to be on the squad. And
Yeah. Corey says Call of Duty Warzone is so bad right now with the microtransactions, but the new Jay and Silent Bob skins are awesome, especially the Blunt Man and Chronic. Hey, Bubba, you might need to be playing some Call of Duty, dude.
Now, one of the things that have kind of upset me with games lately, and Tyler, you might agree with this, is when they rush a game out of production quickly, and it's buggy as fuck. Just take a few more months and polish it up, please. If we're gonna wait, make it good, make it worth the wait.
Look,
don't rush it out.
I have waited this long for Half-Life 3.
You're not going to see it. You're not.
Shut up. It will happen one day. If Rob can get GTA 6, I can get Half-Life 3.
Okay, here's the thing, though. GTA 6 is following a very, very successful GTA 5. Okay?
A very hoard out GTA 5.
And don't get me wrong, Half-Life 2 was very, very popular.
Oh my god.
But they missed the boat on bringing Half-Life 3 out. It's been too long.
They did a VR game a while back which said they were going to do Half-Life 3. There was going to be a Half-Life 3. The problem I have is, number one, it better not be no fucking VR game. It better not. No, I don't want no VR game. I want my controller, my mouse and keyboard, no VR. And two,
what are you so afraid of VR?
Best fucking thing ever. Because there's some games that work for VR and there's some games that don't. A good horror game would work for VR. A good shooter game would work for VR. A good racing game, fighting game, flying, flight simulator would work.
The game that they missed for VR was that they had a demo for it done by Guillermo del Toro for Silent Hill.
Oh, yes.
That would have been awesome in VR.
Yes. Silent
But they
Hill.
They decided to never release the game and even pulled the demo.
Yeah,
You can't play it anymore.
Look at the game Mag. Talk about complete letdown. What a waste of money. It was so bad Mag was a game that came out and they shut down the servers. That's how bad it was. I really think that, getting back on topic, and then we'll start getting all the news and everything going on. I really think gaming's going to crash. And honestly, it kind of deserves it at this point. I don't want to see it, but when you have game developers releasing shit early and it's all buggy and trashy, or they're releasing games that focus on one category and they don't focus on good character, good story, gameplay, plot, music, blah, blah, blah. Let me put you this way. Bubba, what do you remember about Master Chief? Give me 3 bullet points on Master Chief. Describe him in 3 words.
No idea.
Adam, give me 3 bullet points for fucking Master Chief.
For Master Chief?
I thought you played Halo, Bubba.
We did, but that was
okay. Let's see. From what I remember, in one of the games, the weapon to have was a pistol that you could snipe with, which was ridiculous.
I'm just saying. Just describe Master Chief in 3 words.
I'll say it just in three words.
Just from what you remember playing the campaign.
Oh, I've actually never played Halo.
Oh my
God. Never played it.
Wow.
Because I'm not a first-person shooter guy. I'm a role player. So Final Fantasy, Phantasy Star, Elder Scrolls, Star Wars MMO, World of Warcraft, things like that.
All right, I'll do it. Master Chief in 3 words: badass, tank, and force of nature. You're not gonna.
I thought you were gonna say badass motherfucker.
Badass.
Not
motherfucker.
wrong. Not wrong.
Not wrong. Not wrong. No. So you look at some of these games that are coming out now, and it's describe this character, describe that character. Well, you really can't, because that character is just meant to fill a thing. That's it. It's not meant to do anything else.
Yeah.
See, I never played Halo. I was a PS guy till my PS3 died, and my kids wanted an Xbox. Now I'm an Xbox guy. My PS3 died too, so
I love the rocket launcher.
I like the gravity hammer. The gravity hammer slamming that motherfucker in the ground. That was in Halo 3 though. So, but that motherfucker could fling people left and right, and then of course you got to have the sword.
Oh, the plasma sword or whatever it was.
The energy sword.
Yeah,
I think that's
it's neat in concept.
It's neat in concept, and it's actually accurate. They said.
As a person trained in swords, it's not very realistic.
It's an alien weapon. It's not supposed to be realistic.
Well, no, I'm just saying, like, it's
Why
great for a video game. I'll say that. It's great for a video game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, did you guys hear about the Bigfoot sighting over in Peoria?
Ooh.
Or
I think we need a trip to
kind of a Bigfoot sighting, I guess. I don't know.
Kind of?
Kind of. I'll read the article.
That's like kind of being pregnant, isn't it? You either saw it or you didn't.
That's like kind of putting out a good game. You either fucking did or you didn't, you know?
Yeah.
So, you know, it's this time of year, and I don't know who would go out mushroom hunting this time of year. This article just kind of screams bullshit to me.
It's a little early for...
It's way too early. A gentleman by the name of Bill, he's only going by the name of Bill for some strange reason, shared his recent encounter of the unknown type with a YouTube channel called the Bigfoot Society. Bill, who was mushroom hunting in Illinois, is not far from Jubilee College State Park. That's an area in Peoria between Kickapoo and Brimfield off 150. So it's not in Peoria. It's not actually Peoria, but it's, Peoria County. So the interview in question is 50 minutes. We're not playing a fucking 50-minute interview with some guy who said, "Oh, that damn thing just screamed like it's just a Taco Bell." So I'll give you some bullet points real quick. Bill says it was a nice sunny day. His dog went off ahead of him. And the next thing you know, he's looking around, starting to pick up mushrooms. Heard a noise off to his left, trees cracking. He stopped. He had an eerie feeling like something was watching him. As he looked to his left, he thought he had seen movement. Bill then said, "I acted like I was going to pick up mushrooms. I kneeled down. I was looking around trying to scout the area. All of a sudden, I heard a big yell, a yell I have never heard in my life. Bill, due to the deepness of the yell, could not have come from a man. He became alarmed when he heard another yell, and then he heard footsteps and trees start to break. He estimates the sounds were around 40 feet from him. It was then that Bill saw his dog running towards him, and she was coming from the direction where he heard the screams. Her tail was between her legs, and her hair was raised as she approached him." So either Bigfoot or a crackhead got lost in the woods. This is a...
Well, in Peoria, it very well could have been a crackhead.
It very well could. You're not
a crackhead wandered off into the woods.
I can't sit there and say, no, that wasn't it. Not that situation. As much as I would like to have said no, but...
Crackhead randomly stubs his toe and makes a Bigfoot yell. Oh.
Tripped over a down tree.
I don't think it's Bigfoot. I mean, I don't know what it could be. It's been happening a lot lately, apparently. Peoria County's had a lot of encounters with something. I'm not gonna say it's Bigfoot or not. But there's a lot of people in Peoria County that are claiming they're either seeing things or they're finding footprints or something along those lines.
It might have been a Skeletor in the woods.
Might have been a Skeletor in the woods. I don't know. I could have been. You never know.
That'd be a scary place to find a Skeletor.
Any place is a scary place to find a Skeletor.
Well, you know,
we love them though.
Yeah.
Well, if you're up near the Peoria County area, listen for either a raging Skeletor or a pissed off Bigfoot.
Yeah.
So,
Crackhead in pain.
I actually didn't want to read that article because there's not much to go off of, just his testimony. And like I said, there is an interview with the guy, but it's 50 minutes long.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. But it's still it's a possible thing, and it's close to home. So
well, that's the only reason I read it is because it's close to homes. It's like any other time, if it was something like that, I'm not going to read it because we kind of like to hear actual news articles or sightings of something or videos, but that one was close to home. So here's actually a news article we missed the past few weeks. How many people here watched the infamously famous TV show Ghost Adventures with Zach Baggins? That's demonic. That's demonic. That's demonic.
I don't anymore.
That's demonic.
I used to back in the day, but like,
good man.
He just gets, and here's the thing: what people don't understand too, they watch that shit on TV, and they don't understand that like you can't just go to a haunted location and expect shit to happen. It don't work that way.
No, I have been to several haunted locations. I'm not trying to toot my own horn. I've not been to the massive amount that he has. But I've been to a few haunted locations. I can tell you, there are some times where you get shit, it's dead. It's dead quiet. Dead. Just nothing. And then there are times you will go and it's just firing left and right,
And these people that go and do these shows, they're at these locations sometimes for a week or more to try to get any kind of something that they see or hear,
Yeah.
It takes a long time to get that stuff, and then it's edited, and then I'm sure some of them like that add on to it. I hate to say that any of them would do that, but
hi, Julie.
Hey.
I know she's there because I saw Adam look up and smile. Well,
I was gonna say she must have flashed them.
No, just taking my meds. Nothing exciting.
No, I don't have to try and make that club for this show. Okay. Just saying. I mean,
Broomstick saying Zach is too annoying. The old ghost when they went to houses was good, but when they went to locations, it was okay-ish. Corey saying Zach Baggins, is he kind of related to Bilbo Baggins? Well,
Baggins is fake as.
Oh, if I had Jason Wilhite on here, he'd tell you all about Zach Baggins.
Fake. Like
I said, I have met Nick Groff, who used to be on that show a long time ago.
Yeah, Nick Groff seems to be legitimate, in my opinion.
Legit. He's a lot. Yeah, he's legit.
Yeah, because he was studying what was that place? Bobby Mackey's Music World until they tore it down earlier this year.
That place. God damn, like
so sad.
Well, the reason we're bringing up Ghost Adventures isn't because we're praising Zach Baggins. No, I think we all agree.
Oh no.
But one of his hosts was almost. This is so weird. Aaron Goodwin. This is the bald-headed guy who does most of the tech support. I'll bring a picture up of him.
He gets scared all the time. He's kind of a bigger dude, and although he has lost weight over the years, but he's like. He always acts like, oh, shit's so scary.
Well, this is really weird because Aaron's wife was arrested for a murder for hire conspiracy case against Aaron.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute. She put out a hit on Aaron?
She put out.
Yes.
Here's what was said. And
okay.
of course, it comes from TMZ. Even
Only
But
the
it actually-
finest of sources.
It actually broke, and it's legit. A lot of other major news networks like CNN and MSNBC covered it. We just didn't get around to covering this because we get busy with everything else, and I figured I want to cover this, before it got too old.
Of course.
Nevada cops arrested Victoria Goodwin early in March for solicitation and conspiracy to commit murder. An arrest report detailing the shocking case asserted that she has been communicating with a Florida inmate in the hopes of ending her marriage by the way of her husband, Aaron Goodwin's arranged demise.
Yep.
Victoria said, "I am a bad person." Victoria is said to have mused in one exchange, "because I chose to end his existence, not divorce, his existence." Amazingly, authorities allege that the paranormal TV personality's wife even went so far as to offer specific details about the programming schedule so that the plot could unfold smoothly. The arrest report explained that Victoria had amassed around $11,000 to pay for the murder. She's going to pay $11,000 for a murder.
Let me guess. Aaron has a quite lucrative life insurance policy. She would have got paid back if she would have got away with it.
I would guess, considering how he's going to all these ran down places and going, "That's demonic, that's demonic." The murder that would have been committed by a third party enlisted by the inmate, cops indicated that the scheme unraveled when the prisoner's contraband cell phone was discovered during a search of his quarters, and an examination of the text revealed the stunning exchange. When questioned by police, the arrest report said Victoria chalked up the confessions to her wistfully wishing for a single life rather than a genuine plan to kill her husband. Cops clearly did not buy that excuse, and she was arrested for the dual charges of solicitation and conspiracy to commit murder. For his part, Ghost Adventures star told TMZ that he was, quote, blindsided and devastated by what the authorities had uncovered, lamenting that he thought he was in a happy marriage. Currently, Victoria remains in police custody with bail set to $100,000. That's fucking crazy.
If the prisoner would have turned it in, would he have gotten like a reduced sentence?
I don't know. I don't know. Let's see. They withheld special talk to. Yeah, on this episode of Ghost Adventures, we're visiting my old castmate Aaron Goodwin.
Hmm?
Yeah, he would have. Zach would have done it. I really think Zach would have mourned for a little bit, and then he would have went and investigated Aaron's house where he was killed.
Does anyone else find it kind of odd that Aaron could, go help find ghosts, but he couldn't find the betrayal of his own wife?
Maybe her and Zach are having a fling.
Well, it says here she wanted to go back to the single life, and I'm just like, okay, look at the photo again. She's not bad looking. She wanted
to bang Zach.
But if you wanted the single life that badly, look at this. She's not bad looking. If you want the single life that badly, just divorce his ass.
Yeah.
Cut your losses. Do it legally. Divorce his ass.
She would not be single long if she chose to not be single.
Oh no, she's not. I mean,
yeah.
Look, I'm not trying to sit here and say anything, because I am engaged. I love my fiance, but let's be honest, she is beautiful.
Yeah, she's very pretty.
Yeah, she's very pretty.
How is Susan, by the way?
She's good. She's out of the friend's house, and you shut your mouth. But
gotta ask about the missus.
I mean, what do you guys think about all this?
I mean, Adam's right. Maybe he's got a good life insurance policy. I mean, who knows? Like, he goes into one of that place, he could fall through a fucking floor, and I mean, anything can happen in those rundown places. I mean.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, $11,000 is a small price to pay if you're looking at millions through a life insurance thing.
And he's had issues too, where he's thought that he's taken home a demon spirit that's really fucked with their lives, and
you want
maybe if that happened, maybe it screwed with her to where she finally went off the deep end and said, "Okay, I'm having him killed."
Listen to this. Listen to this. This comes from People. This is People Magazine. I don't want to read that. Let's go to this one here.
Now, who here thinks that if she was successful, he would have haunted her?
Oh, you know he would have. He would have been like, "Hey, bitch, I know what I'm doing now." It says here that she actually, in a recent article update, the hitman for hire, whose name is Grant Amato, said they are very much in love at their recent court hearing.
Right.
Yeah.
So really, the wife was into bad boys,
Apparently.
and her husband was just too good.
I guess. Oh, God forbid that you found someone who treated you like royalty.
I know, right?
Yeah. You want to see a picture of what this guy looks like?
Sure.
Don't pull up Bubba's face.
It's not Bubba's face. No, I'm not doing that.
Oh, geez.
Oh, he looks like a winner.
Yeah. So you're going to go from a guy who's a television star, very famous, also very famous in the field of paranormal research, for the guy who works at the 7-Eleven.
To be fair, if she would have gotten away with this, she would have been single as long as he was in prison.
Yeah.
Yeah, she could go in and visit with him or whatever, but she's still single.
Yep.
So,
and plus, here's another thing too. He is in jail currently. Let me read this again. Let me make sure I got this correct before I say this, because I always like to try and proofread this. Let's see, where was it?
okay.
Okay. Goodwin began to text Amato in March 2024 after seeing him in the docuseries Control Alt Desire. Per report, the docuseries details how Amato, which is the guy we just showed the picture of, stole $200,000 from his family and later murdered his mother, father, and brother. So yeah, you chose a good one there, you dumb bitch.
Well, think about it. She wants to kill her husband. He probably, like, Amato probably would have killed her if they had some, issues. So they're actually a pretty good couple for each other. They're not leaving. Someone's just disappearing.
Yeah. Let's see. Now she has appeared in court lately. Again, like we said, the bond has been set. I'm looking to see if she pleaded guilty or not guilty.
Probably not guilty. Depending upon what they found.
It does not say. Okay, Godwin denied wanting her husband killed, according to the report, and described herself as daydreaming of being in a different situation, but she no longer felt that way. She also told police that she began talking to the inmate at a point in time when she and her husband were going through problems in their marriage and described feeling lonely. In court Tuesday,
then just divorce him and leave.
Yeah, just divorce her, or go to marriage counseling.
I mean, $11,000 could get one hell of a lawyer.
The next step in the case is a status check, which is set for April 8th. Aaron Godwin has filed for divorce after his wife's arrest. Yeah. Aaron Godwin is an act. So, yeah, he is divorcing her. I would say you should, because the bitch be crazy. I mean, okay, so you're going to go, you had trouble with your marriage, okay? How do you work it out? Do you, A, sit down and talk about it, B, go to counseling, C, file for divorce, or D, hire Mr. Clean, the inmate, to kill your husband? Explain this to me. Predator. Yeah, he crazy. He looks crazy.
Yeah.
That dude glows in the dark. Yeah, I think that could be an alien, honestly.
Skeletor was right. He's white out white.
Oh yeah, he's white outright.
Yeah, he's liquid paper white.
He's so white, he's translucent That mofo has predicted. Oh God. So yeah, I don't like. I think it's what Adam said. I think he had a very nice life insurance policy, and she wanted the money.
Well, I mean, she could have set that up too,
She could have.
without him knowing. Being his wife, she can do that.
Yeah.
Set it
I
up
mean-
years ago, and then
Oh,
just wait.
Yeah. Look at how many times he goes out of the country to, film episodes of Ghost Adventures.
It's like, honey, I'm doing this for our family in case something bad happens to you. I don't want something bad to happen to you, but I have to make sure our family is secure.
Oh gosh.
Said him
All
out
right.
to find Bigfoot. Skeletor said.
So here's an article I want to read. We don't really hear much of this creature. I do not believe, before I begin, I do not believe it's real. I think it's fake. No, it's not Bigfoot.
Mothman?
Not Mothman either. But I would like for it to be real, but I know deep down this is not real.
Okay.
But there is an increasing number of people to have claimed to have witnessed a dinosaur-like creature in the forest of the Congo Basin.
Oh, so like a mini Godzilla.
Yeah.
That's why you want this to be, because it's Godzilla.
Well, also I want to see a real life dinosaur, but that's that's never going to happen.
Yeah.
It's said to resemble the size and shape of a giant sauropod dinosaur. The legendary creature known as Mokele Mbembe has been sighted in the Congo Basin for decades. One of the earliest accounts of the creature came courtesy of German Catholic. I haven't gotten to his German name, and I fucked that up. German Captain Ludwig Vinhier von Stulenslau. I'm not making this a fucking name. Hang on.
That was pretty good, Tyler. I'll give you that. That was pretty good.
I'll put it in the chat. Wait till you see this guy's name. Let's see. I gotta look. Okay, here we go. That's the name. Ludwig Verin von Steinsulassens. Can you try any better?
Ludwig Fleher von Stein Zunlosnitz. I don't think I did any better, but I had a lot less practice on it than you did.
Yeah. Well, I think, don't you have some German in your family, in your bloodline?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
On my dad's side.
I don't, so that's also why I have trouble. I know my cousins do on their side of family.
I don't think that prohibits your ability to use a German accent.
Ludwig.
W for V's. Ludwig
Vierheier
von Stein Krellhair. You call him Luigi.
Call him Luigi. That's not a bad.
Waluigi. Wow.
Yeah. Luigi's Italian. Waluigi is German. There you go. So we will refer.
Obviously.
Man, we will refer this man as Waluigi for the rest of this fucking story. German Captain Waluigi, who had heard stories of Mokele Mbembe and several other dinosaur-like creatures from local villagers during a 1913 survey of German colonies in what is now modern-day Cameroon. While descriptions have varied, the creature is said to be an enormous reptile around the size of an elephant with a long, flexible neck, a horn on its head, and a long alligator-like tail. It is also said to live in caves, although it is known to kill people. It is 100% vegetarian. Well, in the past year of 2024 and into early parts of 2025, sightings of Mokele Mbembe climbed, apparently. Would anybody like to guess how many sightings there were in 2024?
1,500.
No, lower.
85.
Higher. this is actually a crazy ass number.
850.
A little lower.
321.
A little lower.
275.
No.
As of 2024, there have been 263 sightings of Michele Mbembe.
That's
and
what I was
other-
guessing next. That
and
was my
other-
next guess.
Right.
Yeah, shut the hell up.
You know,
I
the
would
German
never-
captain was quoted as saying, "Wow, wow, 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 wow," unquote. Sorry.
No, it's okay. We named him fucking Waluigi.
Yeah.
What was his name again?
Do I have to read his fucking name? No, you read it.
I like it better when you read it.
No, we're not reading.
Remember, I'm not supposed to read news stories.
Ludwig Freiherr von Stein und Losnitz.
Yeah. There are actually multiple creatures that are believed to exist in the Congo Basin that are dinosaur related, such as the Naguya Soya. I think I pronounced that right. Naguya Soya, which is said to be a carnivorous theropod dinosaur. This one sounds like a sex move. I'm sorry.
Skeletor, take notes. This could be your next special move. Or
I
just
mean, this sounds like a fucking sex move. The Buna Buna, yeah, which is said to be a type of ceratopsian, all round up to the initial sightings. This is also, of course, you grabbed a fucking pen, you fucking pervert. I shouldn't have even said the damn name. I should have just said it was an African dinosaur. So yeah,
now you just go into the bedroom and do a little boona boona.
Brontosaurus.
Yeah, no kidding. Scientists do have possible explanation for what exactly these creatures could be. They believe they may be some new species of elephant, some new species of hippo. However, scientists also disprove that the dinosaur could actually exist in the Congo Basin. However, there's to date only been one scientific research into whether the Michele Mbembe was an actual animal or not. That was led by Herman Lagusta in 1970, in which he went to try and disprove the Michele Mbembe, but came back actually claiming he saw it.
It was one of my relatives.
So yeah, Bigfoot, look out! Michele Mbembe is coming for your title.
So there's
So,
Michele
you take your
Mbembe.
Hold on, Adam. What'd you say?
And so there's Michele Mbembe. There's
Oh, I just closed it out. Let me
Bumba Bumba or whatever.
yeah, the Bumba Bumba.
And Guidosaurus.
Greedosaurus. We'll call it that one. Let me bring up the actual list.
Yeah. Sounds like a good time had by all.
Yeah. I'd love for it to be an actual dinosaur. I'd love for him to actually find one, but it's not.
Yeah.
It's not. I'd love for it. They haven't found. There's not really. I wonder if there's even any photos. Oh, here's a good one. The Gumam Manini.
Roberto Benini?
No, I'm going to type this one's name in the chat.
Okay, this ought to be good. For tonight's pronunciation challenge.
Skeletor, could you please pronunciate that, please? According to eyewitnesses, this one is a plesiosaur type creature that usually gets mistaken for Michele Mbembe.
Nguma Manene.
Manene. Noguma Manene.
Let's see.
My sister.
Akuna Matata. Yes.
Akuna, yeah, there you go. Akuna Matata. There you go. There's also this one that's interesting. This is who comes up with the names of these fucking things?
Sometimes
Just
I
say-
wonder if they just like grab a handful of like Scrabble tiles, throw them in a wall, and whatever's face up is the letters they use.
Let's look through the list of cryptid names. Okay, Bigfoot, iconic. It's iconic.
Mhm. Yeah.
Jersey Devil, iconic. You know what it
Yeah.
is just by the name. Mothman, iconic.
Mhm.
This one here, I'm going to post in the chat. It is supposed to be a stegosaur, which is bullshit because the Stegosaurid family all died out at the end of the late Jurassic. This is Emilia Natukwa. Emilia Natukwa.
No,
A Stegosaurid.
Amela
Are you sure that's not
Ntuka.
backwards?
Amela Natukwa.
Ntuka.
Yeah.
You sure that's not backwards?
Ntuka.
Wait, what did you say, Bubba?
Are you sure that's not backwards?
That's what the article is saying. I'd like to know who discovered. I'd like to know. First of all, I want to go to Africa, not because I want to find this thing. No, I want to choke the fuck out of whoever decided to name it Makele Babembe or Emela Natukwa. Yeah, some of these are just here. I'm going to pull up a few of these. There's the Jago Nini Nini. That's a legitimate name. The Jago Nini Nini.
The Jacko Nini Nini.
Yep.
Okay.
There is. Let me see. I just had that one. Where's he at? There he is. Did anybody ever play the video game Monster Hunter?
No. I tried once.
These
But it just
things
wasn't my
sound
thing.
like rejected Monster Hunter creatures. The Jago Nini Nini is also referred to as the giant diver. Why the fuck couldn't they just call it the giant diver?
It's like I heard if you use the rib bones, it makes a really good crossbow.
It was reported was a cryptid reported from what is now known as Gabon by Trader Horn. Who the hell is Trader Horn? It was described as an amphibious animal that preyed on West African manatees and humans. Behind Cameroon, there's things living in there we don't know about. The Jago Nini Nini, they say, is still in the swamps and rivers. Giant diver, it means. Comes out of the water, devours people. Old man tell you what their grandfather saw and they still believe was there. Same as the Amali, I've always taken it to be. The Jago Nini Nini is described. Okay, this one could be legitimate. It's described as a large freshwater crocodile. That could be legitimate because crocodiles and alligators, they do get pretty big.
Yeah.
So if there's a species of giant crocodile or alligator called Jago Nini Nini, and some jackass names it that in the fucking fossil record.
You got to say that one more time, Tyler.
There's
Jacko
also,
Nini Nini.
Yeah. There's also.
Like, listen, if catfish can get as big as they can get compared to, what you usually see them at, and an alligator or crocodile can get as big, respectively, in comparison to original size. So.
Yeah. There's also this one here, the Badugui.
Madukwi?
Yeah.
Jamiroquai?
The
Aaron.
Badagwai, I guess. Badagwai. This one is a plesiosaur-like creature that's reported in the same area. All these creatures are somehow in the same area. Does anybody ever read the old book, The Lost World? Not the Jurassic Park movie, the original Sir Arthur Conan Doyle one where they find the dinosaurs in Africa. That's basically what this whole thing is saying, is that there are actual dinosaurs in Africa.
I bet there is. Why couldn't there be?
think there very well could be. I mean, it's between like in the deep dark reaches of the jungles, or like even down in like the Marianas Trench in the ocean. Who
Tyler
knows?
don't want me right now.
Skeletor, you said it, not me. The Jaku Nini will say. Okay.
Listen, none of us can pronounce it correctly, except for the person who came up with it.
Yeah, they were probably drunk off their ass. Picture video didn't happen. Yeah, I know. I'm gonna look and see if there's actually some videos of this thing. Surely, if this thing has been spotted so many times last year, someone took a photo. Let's see. There's also
It'll be distorted and grainy, just like all the Bigfoot pictures we ever get.
There's also the Kikaroo. The Kikaroo.
Is that like a twisted kangaroo?
This is another theropod-like creature.
Okay.
So this would be like your Allosaurus or your Tyrannosaurus Rex, for all we know.
So all feet, a kikaroo.
A kikaroo, yep. There's also, by the way, for those who are wondering what all these dinosaurs apparently do have an actual cryptid category. It's called Neo-Dinosaurian cryptid. So yeah, I guess. Yeah. I don't know.
I guess even dinosaurs have to have boogeymen, I guess.
I guess dinosaurs have to have boogeymen. There's also this one here, the zit.
The what?
Hang on.
It sounded like you were almost going to throw up. What was that?
The zit. The zit.
It's like a really disgusting burp.
The zit. Right there. The zit. How else do you pronounce that? The zit. The zit is a neo-dinosaurian cryptid reporting in the rivers of Angola. It is vaguely described as an enormous water-dwelling reptile, but is said to resemble a sauropod dinosaur like Makilibebe. The zit is a Chokwe name. And the last animal in this area is the how in the fuck am I gonna pronounce this?
You chose the story, man.
Proofread.
Come on, let's at least see it in the chat room. One of us can try to pronounce it.
I'm not trying.
The Imbulintu. Imbulintu.
Yeah, that name.
Balintu. Balintu. There you go. After Sean Balint.
Balintu. Say Sean Balint's cousin.
It's me Balint. That's no, I can't do that. It's racist as fuck.
Okay. Kikuru. Kikuru is the K one.
Kikuru is the K one.
That's racist.
Zuje.
Zuje. Not
Zuje. Okay, thank you. Zuje.
And give me a second.
Tyler, are you calling Skeletor racist?
No, I can't. What he said, I know he's making a joke, but I can't say that.
What? Why?
I'm not saying that. And you're not either.
Mabilintu.
You're not either.
Mabilintu.
Yeah, it's just a m sound.
Mabilintu.
Mabilintu.
Here's another one. This one, somebody. This one here, you can tell somebody really got lazy with the name. The Bubelu. This is a stegosaur. There's a lot of like. I know
so good they called it 3 times.
A dinosaur so nice they named it. They named it thrice.
It's like here, kitty.
Yeah.
Tyler, I think you're that word is not what you think it means.
What's that?
No, I can't say it. You told me I can't say it.
It's just drop it.
It's not what you think it is.
Just drop it. Okay, this one here is kind of cool. If this was a real, but I could also see this thing being a fucking rhino in real life.
The Darth T-Rex or something.
No. This one's got an interesting name too. Imela de Tuca. Imela de Tuca.
Imbila.
But when I show you what this thing looks like, you guys are gonna look at this thing when I show you what it looks like, and you guys are gonna be like, "Oh fucking hell! Somebody was on some fucking jungle drugs or something like that." Check this out. Gee, I wonder what this is. I don't think that's a fucking dinosaur.
Is it a unicorn?
That's a unicorn. Yeah, it's a unicorn.
That's like a weird shaped rhino.
Uh-huh.
That's what unicorns were before they evolved.
That is a...
Well, minus 2 of the horns, but yeah.
That's going to be a rhino of some type.
It has a crest that looks like the horns, at least the picture I see. I had to look it up.
At least that one had a picture. Everything else hasn't had a picture.
Put that back up a second.
Hang on.
Yes, Skeletor. I think that's a rhino too.
That could be a Japanese version of a dinosaur from a bad Godzilla film, but that's a rhino. That's a horny coon. Shut up!
Well, I mean,
there's no way. There is no ceratopsian anywhere in the fossil record that looks remotely close to that. So, somebody explain this to me. That's not a dinosaur.
I don't know. I mean, if it lost its crest or the other 2 horns, like
there's one dinosaur that would fit its description. However, that dinosaur is now known as non-restrata, which I think that's how it's pronounced. Basically, it's a dinosaur they learned doesn't exist. So, for example, Brontosaurus is one of these types of dinosaurs. Brontosaurus, for the longest time, they thought was a legitimate dinosaur, but they had trouble finding actual complete skeletons like the one they found originally. So, upon further examination, they discovered that the creature they thought was Brontosaurus actually had a different skull, and found out it was actually a species called Apatosaurus. Monoclonius was a dinosaur that had a single horn and frill, but they later discovered that it was actually a juvenile Torosaurus and not a legitimate dinosaur, or not a legitimate species. So Monoclonius doesn't exist right now either until someone finds an animal and decides to name it Monoclonius. But that would be the closest to that. But I look at it. It's a somebody got drunk and saw a rhino.
It's a very skinny rhino.
very, very. Corey, shut up. Yeah. So, and I think that's actually, come to look at it, according to this whole thing, they claim there's dinosaurs. Neodinosaurians have been reported in the Amazon basin, Bolivia, Brazil. Look at it. Listen to this. This is ridiculous. They've been spotted, according to this article. Neodinosaurs are located in South America. They are located in Africa. They are located in Japan and Vietnam.
Okay.
With small. There is actually some in Antarctica. There's some that's been located.
Way to go, Bubba.
There's some that's. Looks like the Antarctic ones are just like lake monsters. There's some that are reported in Alaska. And some in parts of Russia. So you notice there's a little trend there, kind of very remote for a lot of these things.
Yeah.
See,
very remote, away from civilization. I mean, look, I'm not saying these things are real. I'm not saying that.
In Alaska, Bigfoot keeps them and rides them and stuff. That's how they get through the woods real quickly.
Only in your flipping fantasies, because
Does-
these things
Does
don't
he
exist.
hop on the back of them and they fly off as the mount like farts rainbows and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazon. There's
And
reports. There's
And
reports of
glitter.
There's reports of neo-dinosaur cryptids in the Amazon basin, Australia, Central America, Central and West Africa, China, New Guinea, and the Bismarck Archipelago, North America, and Southeast Asia. So there you go. So there's people who still believe these. Look, I would love for them to be real, but I'm going to be honest with you.
Hey, Casey.
What's going on,
Hello.
Casey? They are not real. You got a better chance of finding Bigfoot than the Buddha. Or what was the one? What was the other one?
Tyler don't believe in anything.
I believe in ghosts, and I believe in aliens. What was the one?
There's one dinosaur that still does exist today. We've all probably ran into it a bunch.
Birds.
They're ill-tempered and easily offended. They're the Megasaurus.
And my Megasaurus, I just realized it's going on almost 10 o'clock, and she's wondering where I'm at. What was the one I couldn't pronounce? What was that one?
That was all of them.
No, all of them.
Didn't mean that you didn't attempt it, but I'm pretty sure that you had a hard time with all of them.
Are there even any photos of this son of a bitch?
Which one? You only found photos of one.
The Mokele Mbembe photos. Because Broomstick's like photos or it didn't happen. All right.
Yeah, let's just go out and find one real quick. You don't have one in your backyard?
Maybe in the pool. Maybe there's a Mokele Mbembe growing in the pool from all that bacteria.
There you go.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Don't do this to me. Don't give me fucking hope all of a sudden. I'm just scrolling through, and some of this is like fan art, but then there's a couple photos I saw where I'm like, oh shit, what is that? That is fucking bonkers.
An AI rendition of a dinosaur?
I don't know if it's an AI rendition, but if it is, hey. Where is the photo I just saw?
On the internet. On your computer.
It's on the internet, and I'm looking for it. Okay, my brother Brett's gonna bring her home. Okay. I saw this, and I was like, what the fuck is this? What the fuck is that? That got me a little excited there, but clearly that's not real.
Yeah, no.
That's something off of like.
Oh, that's totally real.
That is not real.
How is that not real?
You see, what you don't see in the picture is that Bigfoot is holding the tail of that dinosaur to keep it from walking forward.
First of all, this motherfucking dinosaur is dragging its tail. You can tell.
Yeah.
Second of all,
What's wrong with that?
Because scientifically they can't do that. That would break their back.
Yeah.
They have to literally balance themselves upright, okay? So, like, it looks like it's actually a clip from a movie. I mean, that's a pretty good looking animatronic before Jurassic Park. It literally has to. Okay, let's right here. Okay, that's fake, obviously. But see how that guy's walking? That's how sauropod dinosaurs walked. If they walk like that, they're going to break their back. They're going to break their neck. That's like somebody asking you, hey, bend your neck, bend your head all the way behind your back and see if you can see your shoulder blades. That's not real. But I saw that photo and I'm like, holy shit. Here is one proclaimed photo from the Herman Lagusta. I mean, that's kind of out there. I don't know. I think that's going to be fake, but that could be a horse or something. I don't think that's real.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, here's a better one. Let me bring this one up. Well, every time I bring up a fucking photo of this son of a bitch, it ends up saying it's something else. Here we go. Here's a second.
Yeah.
Here's another photo from the same guy. That looks more like a crocodile.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a crocodile. I mean, you're in the Amazon basin. It's a crocodile, dude. Or it's a hippo.
Part of a giant anaconda.
It could be part. I could see part of a giant anaconda before a.
That could be like
dinosaur.
the head and a little further back. The rest could be underwater.
I could see that too.
Yeah.
I mean,
definitely.
In that picture, I mean, it can easily be any of that. I mean,
definitely not a dinosaur. Definitely not. I'm sorry. I would love for it to be real, but it's not.
It could still be a dinosaur. I don't know.
It's not, because I'm gonna pitch the same argument I pitched with Bigfoot. Bring me a body. Bring me a body. You bring me a body, then we'll talk.
Bring me a DNA sample that's not deer or bear.
Thank you. Also, on a side note too, apparently the Loch Ness Monsters had a pretty good time this year. There's been 15 sightings of Nessie to date since the beginning of the year.
I thought you were going to say, Nessie went on vacation again and was found in a different body of water.
Nessie went to go see her cousin, Booty Booty.
Mbepe.
Mbepe. The Kuni Mbepe. All
But
right.
what if that was Nessie confused as the Mbepe?
So I've also, to round out the night, because we don't really have anything else. Oh, the asteroid that's supposedly going to hit the Earth in a few years, they're now saying has a chance of hitting the moon over the actual Earth. Bubba Tyler wants you to rush that lizard. Reptile, thank you, not a lizard. The asteroid known as YR4 is got a 1 in 83 chance of colliding Earth in 2032. However, it now has a 3.8% chance that it could hit the moon.
That'll wreak havoc on our tides and stuff.
I would rather it hit the fucking planet. No, that'd be worse, hitting the moon. All right. Well, before we get out of here, I have 3 UFO videos. The first one was captured in Cancun. A motorist in Cancun was left scratching his head at the sight of an odd red UFO that lit up the night sky over Mexican City. According to local media report, the curious sighting occurred in the early morning hours of April 1st. April 1st.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I caught that too, yeah. As the unnamed driver was at the traffic stop, letting his eyes wander, he spotted something in the sky and began recording. So we're going to bring up this April Fool's UFO.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to let everybody discuss and go from there. I have not seen this. I'm going to guess it's this red one right here.
She's not going to keep it like in frame. So that'd be kind of nice.
Yeah, it's out of frame again. Yeah. Yeah.
So okay, here's the blind man's thoughts. Okay. That's a tower. Since he's moving, it looks like it's moving, but what it is the buildings are slowly getting out of frame. As long as he keeps the red light in frame, which he's terrible at.
I don't know. It's pretty bright light for a tower. I would almost say
no, it's the top of a tower, so an aircraft doesn't hit it.
I'd almost say it might be more of a helicopter.
No, because a helicopter has to have a flashing light on its tail.
Oh yeah, it does it? Yeah.
Yeah. No, this is like a tower, a cell phone tower, something like that.
It does kind of look like it's moving, but it's also the optical illusion of the bike moving.
I should have sent it to you. I actually was scrolling Facebook earlier, and someone posted a video of over Springfield tonight.
What?
And if you look at it though, you can tell it's an airplane leaving the chemtrail, but it's very hard to see because it's nighttime.
Mm-hmm.
At least that's what I believe it was. But then someone in the comments was like, it could be Starlink. And I'm like, come on now. Starlink is a straight line of individual lights, is what you see. This looked like a chemtrail from an airplane.
All right, here's another one. Here's the next video. Multiple witnesses at the Chilean beach captured a footage of a puzzling UFO that pulsated as it hovered over the sky in the water, or over the water. The strange sighting reportedly occurred on Saturday, March 22nd. So, okay, it's a little believable better than April fucking 1st. In the coastal city of Antofagasta, as beachgoers were enjoying the sunset that evening, many of them found the attention drawn to a flashing cylindrical object. Why does Rob put me in charge of this when I can't even pronounce fucking cylindrical? Cylindrical. I even got it wrong the second time after I realized I fucked it up.
Like in the shape of a cylinder.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Werid Frequencies. I'm your host. That's not right. That's not right. I'm sorry. We could do a fire sale on Best Damn Podcast just based on my pronunciation of shit.
Yeah, it's like pronounce it correctly or what? You get shocked?
Pronounce it correctly or you get shocked, yeah. Casey's saying that. Oh, we're both wrong. Casey's saying it's Saruman from Lord of the Rings. There you go.
No, because then it would be an orangish red eye.
Yeah. Also, apparently, this UFO over Chile was recorded not once but twice by different angles.
Okay, so two different people saw the same, I don't know, aircraft, tower, something.
Yeah, let's check this out real quick. I'm going to turn it down. Oh, there it's pulsing down to all three sides. Because at first you see it, it's only pulsing that top part.
Yeah.
And it goes almost all the way down eventually. And right there it goes. That's weird. What's video number 2 look like here? All right, so it's closer to the water.
So it looks like the exact same video.
A little clearer, I'd say. Oh, there's another video. There's it over the town.
Okay. Seemingly disappears, but then you see the light.
You see, like
there's not even a line though. It's just the light coming across.
Yeah. Skeletor says he's seen those at the rig. Those are real UFOs. So you've seen similar things like this?
You've seen flashing LED light strands?
Look, hey, Tyler, that video I was telling you about, I found it and sent it.
All right. We'll get to the last UFO video and then we'll get to that one. I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know, because it kind of goes along like an LED light strip. In the video that was above the buildings, all you could see was the light, but there wasn't like the track that it goes along like in the other videos.
I gotta join the Sangamon County scanner, and I'm not gonna get to it tonight. Like I just the video that Bubba said. Oh wait, never mind. It just went on. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. I don't know. I can't really say that it's anything. It doesn't move except for the lights. It's hard to tell where it's at. It stays still. There's no, there, unless the aircraft is really thin or something like that. But I can't really say it's much of anything other than just a track of lights going down.
Yeah. I don't know. That was kind of weird. I can tell you this. I can't tell what it is. So is it? It's like you say, it's unidentified. Yes, but is it alien?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's hard to tell if it's a flying object. Yeah, it's unidentifiable, but it's so unidentifiable you can't even tell if it's an aircraft.
All right,
like it's just hovering.
Our second to last video comes from Florida, of all fucking places. The Skeletor says he's seen those, so maybe there's something similar. Something similar. I don't know, but a mesmerizing video from Florida shows a peculiar UFO that appears to change shape as it hovers in the sky. According to a local media report, the wondrous scene was captured last Saturday afternoon by a bewildered witness in the Jacksonville suburb of Green Cove Springs. Jacksonville.
Mm-hmm.
Just like my freaking town. The video was captured and shows an unidentified object that seems to change shape as it floats in the sky. Here we go. This is the Jacksonville UFO.
Oh, that's weird. I just zoomed in on it. It looks like a body in a bag that's moving.
No, I did the same thing, and it kind of looks like exactly how Bubba.
If you put a body in a black plastic garbage bag, and the dude's in the air just moving, that's what it looks like.
Maybe a tarp?
Okay, if they're up in the air, imagine how it looks when people jump out of planes and just come down. They look like they're staying in the same spot for a while. I'm wondering if this is just a body bag falling down. Just kind of rumbling, like, all topsy-turvy and stuff.
Pushed the wrong bag out of the plane, George.
But that was no aircraft.
Why are you saying heavy side, Casey? Come on. I don't think that's an aircraft.
That was supposed to get dumped over the ocean.
Air traffic control, are you returning with the body of the Makili Mbembe? Yeah, we got it. And hits traffic. Oh shit.
Yeah.
It was Jimmy Hoffa.
Here is the video that Bubba sent about the chemtrail plane.
Okay.
It says it's in near Cantrell.
Cantrell. Okay, video has no sound. That's not Starlink.
No. You see it though, don't you? Going up and down.
Oh, that could be Starlink, actually.
No,
it is.
Starlink's not that many lights.
No, I think that's Starlink. Or it could be a satellite. I mean, the video kind of gets close and stops.
Look, it looks like a chemtrail there, but then it goes. It looks like it looks like different lights. But I've seen Starlink, and it's not that many lights.
I'm pretty sure that's Starlink because I've seen that before. I have seen that before. Yeah.
Look up Starlink and see where it is now.
Okay, well, here, you want to see this? Before we look that up, here is Starlink from a different angle. Close up. That's Starlink.
Oh, I've never seen it that many lights, that long.
Dude, that is so creepy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean,
like, you can't tell me if you saw that. You can't tell me if you saw that you didn't think that'd be a UFO or an actual fucking like sky dragon of some type.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, that video was 100%. It had to be Starlink. Because see, look, here's another shot. Similar. Look at this one. Kind of similar angle as the one you showed on Facebook.
See how that don't look as long? Well, that zooms in. It looks longer, I guess.
Yeah, because you're not seeing all the other lights on the satellite. You're seeing, yeah, that's what it was. It was Starlink. Well, it's still cool to see.
yeah.
Still, look up and see if you can map where Starlink is right now.
I'm looking.
Just for shits and giggles, I mean, if it's on the other side of the world, maybe it's
It says here it'll be visible in my region. Time is with good visibility. 8:52 on April 8th, 2025 for 4 minutes. Look from northwest to northeast.
So Tuesday.
Yeah, about Tuesday.
Yeah, so that wasn't Starlink if it was tonight then.
Oh no, that was Starlink. All right, here we go. All right. This is a real-time sonar trajectory map of the Earth. What you are seeing currently is every known satellite.
Holy shit.
In space.
How the fuck do you send a rocket up and not hit?
You just plow into the motherfucking satellite.
Yeah. So when we say satellite, are we talking like the noun satellite, or are we going by the meaning of satellite, which just means something in orbit?
Basically something in orbit. Not like a communication satellite or TV satellite, but these could be satellites that have died. They're no longer being used. These are satellites.
Be space trash caught in gravitational field.
Yeah.
Can't come down, but can't go up either.
Right.
Now, look how much that is. How could anything get through that and not hit something?
Well, that's why we have scientists with creative math and stuff.
Well, that's crazy to think that could happen.
Now,
and not hit something.
What you're seeing, these red dots, these are apparently objects that are not affiliated with SpaceX or Starlink or NASA. This, I believe, I do not know what these human things are. Oh, that's NORAD. Okay, that's the International Space Station. Oh, so that's where that's at. All right. Okay. So what we need to do, we need to go through here, find Starlink. What's this guy? Is this Starlink? That's okay. That's Starlink right there. So Starlink is currently flying over. No, that's not Starlink. There we go. Starlink is currently, looks like it's flying over parts of Canada, but then it has a second trajectory pass that it'll make flying over Central, basically right over us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was Starlink. Now, if we hit this, this is all the OneWeb. This is all the satellites tracking the planet's trajectory, GPS, and whatnot. This one are your actual GPS coordinates of the planet. This is really cool. I like this. So if you wanted to, if I told Bubba, like, Bubba, go to grid GLONASS Cosmos 2179 and bring me back Makele Babembe. You're going to Africa. If I told Adam to go to Navstar 27, he's going to be right off the coast of South America, right off the coast of Chile.
No, that's not off the coast of Chile. That's off the coast of Brazil.
That's Brazil, yeah. Why am I thinking Brazil? Yeah. If let's say I told Susan, I want to buy an island at Gladass Cosmos 1492 and populated with multiple naked women. And me. Just me. And multiple naked women.
Oh, she'd make sure it's just you.
Oh, yeah. she dumped me off with the rest of the fucking dinosaurs that are from.
She'd take you to the coast and be like, okay, see ya.
See ya. I don't know.
Have fun finding your way back.
I think maybe she'd sit there and say, okay, sure. If I told Adam there is a war currently going on at Navstar 14 at USA Lateral 38, where's that at?
I'd ask for Ludwig.
So, yeah. Also, as of right now, in case anybody's wondering, listen to this. This is right here in the bottom corner. As of April 6, 2025, there are 8,092 92 satellites in space. As of this moment. Now, 6,138 satellites are still in orbit. This counts active satellites, dead satellites, space, and stuff like that. This year alone, 989 have burned up in the atmosphere.
Okay, so that explains so many UFOs that people see traveling.
That could be, yeah. That could be. You're very right.
Yay, the blind guy's right again.
Shut up. Who cares? Well, that explains the body bag looking like it fell out of the plane.
Yeah.
So,
No, just space trash, you know.
Also, if you see here the honeycomb sections, the honeycomb ribs, or the honeycomb grid, these are all the areas that currently get Starlink. You get Europe, cuts off right there at Russia. Okay. All of North America, parts of Canada, Alaska. Of course, you get Hawaii.
No, Alaska doesn't got anything.
Well, look right there. Yeah, right there. That's Alaska.
Yeah.
Yeah, it gets Starlink. Hawaii. You get, I believe that's Guam. No, that's not Guam, is it?
No, you're looking more at like New Zealand.
That's more New Zealand, yeah. But you get some of it in Australia.
Mm-hmm.
I know that Elon is trying to get it to Japan, but he's also trying to limit it so that way China does not get any of it, because Elon's very protective of Starlink. The guy's a modern-day Tony Stark. I don't care who you are. But those are all the areas that currently have access to Starlink. Pretty nifty, huh?
Yep.
So to answer the question that Bubba brought up with this video, I mean, it's a great find. It's a cool find. It really is.
Mainly, it was the whole thing that it was a local story too. You know,
it's a local story too. Yeah, I mean, basically this is Starlink. But
I mean, that's just a few miles north of Springfield, basically.
Not a lot of people catch a glimpse of Starlink that easily. I've only seen Starlink once, and the thing has been in service for 5 years. It was launched in 2019, I believe.
I've seen it a few times, but
I've only seen it once. So, well, I'd say it's a good place to end it right there. We definitely covered a lot of. We definitely learned several things tonight. We learned that Tyler can't pronounce dinosaur names from Africa, but neither can you.
Or German
long
names.
German names,
or long German names, or cylindrical. I can't pronounce
cylindrical.
I said cylindrical.
No, you didn't.
Yes,
no,
I did. Shut up. I said cylindrical.
Okay, there you did. I'll give you credit there. Partial credit.
Jackass.
Hey, at least they can't write you up.
Yeah, well, I never had to fire Rob at this point because we're going to ground Rob from Grand Theft Auto 6. Because this is the third show he's not showed up for.
But it wasn't because of Grand Theft Auto 6. That was because of his job. Are you going to ground him from his job?
Yeah, you're right. You know what I am? I'm grounding him from his job.
Good luck on that.
All right.
I went and saw him at his job
Did you?
Last week.
Huh. All right.
I had to get some vape. My normal vape that I get, like nowhere in town fucking had it. Like everyone was out. So I went by Rob's and got like I said, this sour strawberry and the black mint, which is blackberry mint.
All right. I've got to go pick up Susan here in a little bit. So let's hit that music. Get out of here. All right, guys. We'll be back next week. We're hopefully going to have Rob on. Either way, we're going to completely cover. We're going to start doing this. We're going to start covering cases. You know how tonight we kind of covered African dinosaurs. Next week, we're going to start covering the Flatwoods Monsters, one of the most famous extraterrestrial sightings in history. We're going to have all the information on it, all the pictures, and we're all going to judge what it is from there, and then we'll let you all discuss. So, until then, I got to get rolling, guys, because now she's pulling up the phone. On behalf of Rob Hansen, that's Bubba.
What night is American Bigfoot?
What?
What night is American Bigfoot night?
I still didn't hear what you said. What?
What night is American Bigfoot night on our show?
What light is American?
What night? Night.
We already covered Bigfoot. We covered it like the second story.
We
Or the
need
second.
a whole show.
We've covered Bigfoot. I want to cover variety. There's more to the world than fucking. We're out of here. I can't do it with him. I'll fucking kill Bubba at some point. I can't with you. I literally can't. Adam,
Love you, boss.
tell us where we can catch you at next.
Well, if you don't catch me just wandering around aimlessly, I'll be on my next show is Thursday night, Mayhem's Amigos After Dark. Usually starts at around 9 p.m. Then again on Sunday, 4 p.m. on Mayhem's Amigos. Then right back here next Sunday, hopefully.
Oh,
Remember, everybody, if you go anywhere, tell them the blind men sent you. They won't have any idea what the fuck you mean, but it'll be funny to you.
all right. And then you can catch me and Bubba on the Best Damn Podcast every Wednesday and Friday at 7 on YouTube and Facebook. We prefer you go to YouTube because Facebook, they're anal and shit.
And soon coming to Rumble.
I don't know what he said, but what did he say?
And soon coming to Rumble.
Oh, yeah, thank you. And soon coming to Rumble. Thank you very much, Adam. Bubba. Yes, coming to Rumble soon. So, I'll be having Rob Hansen.
Sorry.
That's Bubba. That's Adam. I'm Tyler, reminding you all the rushed out monkey mispronounced that African dinosaur's name. And keep watching us, guys. We'll see you next week. So long, everybody.
Good night, everyone.
And I accidentally shut off most of the stuff. All right, we're out of here. So long, guys.